Avion, aka the Waterman, Brooklyn, New York. You know, been doing music over, I would say, a little over 10 years. You know, I had a few different situations. You know, it's just all just getting the business right. You know, the music for us is easy. You know, like we really live in the studio. We also like to reinvent ourselves well, I would say about every 2 to 3 years. You know, just stay fresh. We got a global sound. You know, you're gonna hear like a Florida, Miami style with me. It's just real global. It's different. You know, sometimes people may call it pop, but I mean, it's a sound right now that everybody could relate to. It's more of a mainstream sound. You know.
Now all it take is one lick to lock her eye, liquor out of her knickerbockers. Ain't complicated, just think about it. She backs it up and I gets it poppin'. Got enough connection, not a baby rockin', not a superstar, but I'm a Haley Comet. Told her jump up on me.
I always try to stay in my own lane, but when other people hear, you know, you get the Flow Rider comparisons. You get like a Nelly type of comparison, but I just try to make music that everybody could bounce to, and you know, while you're bouncing, it's still a storyline in the music. You know, it's real important to me to have that. But you're talking about something. I had a situation where I was moving around with Mekhi Phifer. He had a group called Harlem's Finest. I was messing with a cat by the name of Sugar Bear, and he's a producer, by the way. And what he did was he played a couple records one night. Mekhi heard the records and said, "You know what? Let's do something." It consisted of himself and a few stockbroker cats. They collectively came up with a label called On the Lamb Records, and then that was really my introduction to the music. Actually, really like seeing money from it. You know, every artist, you know, you have a craft, but when you actually start to see checks from it, you're like, wow, this is a business. And then shortly after that fell apart. You know, it was a single situation. Shout out to them though. You know, it's always you know, everybody that I've worked with, if it didn't work, whatever, it's like it was cool because, you know, at one point there had to be some type of interest there and respect in order to just say, okay, let's do something, let's move forward and let's create. So it's no bad blood. You know, I use it as a growing experience, more or less. Yeah. Well, I worked with Mano, Red Cafe, Gilly the Kid, Uncle Murder. Most of the Brooklyn-bound artists are like, you know, I would try. Let me see how to put it. If you're a street dude, if you moving in the streets, them records is gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me leave it like that. But it was great. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we all came out the gate at the same time. Some people went after this particular deal. Some people went after that deal. The management I had at the time was, you know, we knew we had something, so we really wasn't like trying to just settle for any deal. There was a lot of deals on the table. You know, not to put anybody out there, just to I would leave it like it was a lot of interest, but again, the money and the business had to be right. You know, the money and the business. You know what I'm saying? So when you put them both together, it has to have some type of leverage. It has to make sense. More so, not just the quick fix to longevity. Like, okay, I get this amount of money. How is it going to be next year, or you know, the bump ups and all publishing and things like that. And that's what a lot of artists really don't pay attention to. As you know, me and my partner, we own a company, Black Currency. I'm more, you know, from a CEO standpoint and going through so much of the game, I now understand the business. You know, the game is like now it's like 20% talent, 80% business, so maybe even more. The business could be even on a higher scale because it takes so much. You could have a dope record and still not know what to do with it, or where to place it, or how to get it moving. So I would say a lot of my trials and tribulations attributes to who I am now. You know what I mean? So like when I sit down at the table, I'm more business savvy now. So sometimes, even when I make the music now, I give the people what they want, and I have long-term goals. Like I might be here, but mentally I already know what's going to happen 3 to 5 years down the line. for hiphopmovie.com. You already know. Shout out to Black Currency. Black Currency is the movement. Sterl, Juice Audio. We doing it.